Okay, I don't know what happened to my. I was just in the middle of editing the whole first part of this reading, and it. I don't know what happened. Like, it didn't become a draft. It just disappeared, and yeah. But anyway, so I have half of the reading already out on the table. Okay, it was a whole part one, but I'm gonna get through it on in one video. The first three energy cards that I pulled were anxiety, rest and rejuvenation, and the cornucopia from the energy oracle. On the bottom of the energy oracle was the healer of the ages. Okay. Um, so the energy that I channeled was a large portion of the collective being worried about money, finances, bills, um, time constraints, like money not getting there on time to pay the bills on time, or a lot of sleep, not sleeping well, anxiety, panic attacks, and a lot of worrying. A lot of it connected to finances. Okay. Um, I clarified the anxiety card with the Eight of Swords, okay, which is basically just letting me know that, you are doing this to yourself, worrying. And believe me, I get it, okay? I'm walking this same path, and I used to worry in the beginning, in the same way that I feel like a lot of you are. And I would always just go to the scripture that says to trust in God with all of your heart and lean not on your own understanding, because there will be times on this path where we cannot lean on our own understanding, because you know there have been plenty of times in my life, in our lives, that we did not know, how we were going to handle certain things, and even financial things, and look back on it, in hindsight, and, we still don't know how we got through it. We just know that it was God that took care of it. The things that we worried about happening, they never happened. And somehow those bills, those debts got paid. And that is, we have to remember those times, and and allow that to build our faith. They were the foundation for the faith that we need to be walking in, okay, in these moments. And so when we don't know, what's next, how we're going to do certain things, is something going to be here on time, is, whatever it is that the worry is, we need to lean not on our own understanding, okay, and understand that God is our source and supply. And if we have truly, stepped back and allowed God to take the wheel, because there are going to be plenty of times, in as we're walking this path, where, we have to walk in faith and not by sight. And so you are not going to see everything. And we were already warned about these times. And so the words are given in order to support us through these times. And so this feels like, for a lot of us, the time where we need to lean not on our own understanding. Now, when we do trust in God 100%, like I do, then we are able to be comfortable in not fully being able to see the path ahead of us, because we know that whatever is happening, nothing is going to happen that God has not allowed to happen. And we know that God's plans are for us to prosper, okay? And not to, for us to be harmed. And so we trust and we move forward, and we look back on our path thus far and have to acknowledge that we have always been cared for. Okay, I feel that I'm tapping into divine feminine energies, because this was clarified by the Princess of Discs and the Judgment card. Okay, so in the midst of this, you know, should be, and I feel like a lot of you are, for the most part, being very grounded. I feel like you are still manifesting, just not at the rate that you would like to manifest. I feel the energy of rebuilding something, restarting something, starting over. Yeah, rebuilding is what I'm feeling. Recreating something. A lot of you may be rebranding your businesses or recreating your own image, okay? And the Judgment card is, being placed in a position of, reflecting on your life, your path, and going through a a spiritual awakening, that you were already, it's not like this is a new awakening. It is the realization that the awakening comes in, it is progressive, okay? It is, there is the aha moment when you feel that first shift. But then, as you continue to walk the path, you realize that it is a series of shifts. Okay, so it's not just one shift, but that you are constantly shifting, and so you are reaching different plateaus, and the shift is again one that is progressive, and so I feel that a lot of people are going through this awakening phase, okay, and being placed in where they belong on this path. And it's a good thing at the end of the day, okay? And so those were the cards that I had pulled thus far, okay, in the first video. A lot of people are prepared to receive their karma here with the Judgment card, but for a lot of the chosen ones, you are ready to be blessed by the divine. You're ready to receive back the good energy that you have actually given out, okay? Your prayers, I'm feeling a lot of answered prayers, okay? So I feel like you were just overthinking. But the anxiety is, yes, it is you overthinking. Thank you, Spirit. And it is, basically it's time for you to actually rebuild and to trust God. Okay? It is, this is whatever has happened in your life is a move of God, the High Priestess, and you already know this, okay? And so this is the time to see with your spiritual eyes, to trust your internal guides, your internal guide, okay, and as well the guidance that you are receiving from your internal guide, and to turn your energy inward, okay, and because Spirit is saying that you can see in the dark. Okay, so just open your eyes, okay? It's open your internal eyes, your third or the first eye, okay? And you can see. And so there is nothing to fear here, okay? This is a time for you to actually develop your spiritual gifts, okay? The gifts of, clairsentience, claircognizance, okay? The clear knowing, the clear feeling, okay? This is the time to develop the gifts that don't require the physical senses, and this is why a lot of the blessings that are already yours, you cannot see them with your physical eyes. You are to feel your way into alignment with this reality that you are shifting into progressively, I'm hearing. So it's not one big shift, but it is a lot of small shifts, okay? And this is so that you maintain your psychological integrity throughout the process, okay? As little spiritual psychosis as possible during this spiritual exodus, my people, into the higher realms, okay? We are going to have a part 2. Make sure you guys do hit the follow button. And for those of you who are just joining, welcome to Intuition Unraveled. I am the Unraveler. I will see y'all on part 2.